Senator Dasko.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Colleagues, I speak to you today as a proud third-generation Canadian of Ukrainian background. My grandparents immigrated to rural Manitoba, the Pine Ridge community, Western Ukraine in 1909. Although I have no existing family ties with Ukraine after a century of my family being here, my Ukrainian identity is strong, and I cherish my ties to friends and family, especially in my hometown of Winnipeg. I was delighted to shake hands with President Zelensky here in Toronto, the Ukrainian Reform Conference in 2019. I was honored to be a panelist at the Ukrainian Women's Congress in Kiev later that year. I could see there with my own eyes what I had been reading about for many years, that Ukraine was becoming a pluralist, open society where people could advocate for social change and vote in free elections. It was so different from the Ukraine that I first visited back in 1987 during the end days and the dark days of the Soviet regime. Since the fall of the Soviet Union, Ukraine has set out on a path toward democracy and an open economy. That path has taken many turns and has had many ups and downs, but the direction has become clearer and stronger over this past decade. Vladimir Putin despises this Western-faced direction. His goal is to destroy this new Ukraine, return it the dark days of authoritarian rule. Russia declared war on Ukraine today, and world history has changed. There is a before February 24th, 2022, and an after February 24th, 2022. The Europe that was previously at peace has now ended. This invasion threatens the international order, the rule of law, democracy. The free world must rally Ukraine's cause, do so immediately. We have to implement stronger sanctions against Russia's economy, banks, the property that oligarchs own, and Russian assets in the West need to be seized. Ukraine needs more assistance with weapons with which to defend itself. A no-fly zone needs to be implemented over Ukrainian airspace by Ukraine's friends and allies. Ukraine will need economic support and humanitarian aid in the days ahead. In the 1930s, the world was slow to recognize the danger that Adolf Hitler posed to our civilization. We cannot make that same mistake again. Thank you. Merci.